And we're live. Gotta wait for it to catch up on my Facebook. There it goes. Sturdy. The computer's running a little slow. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ozzy. It's Eight Finger Productions. Before we get started today, I want to say thank you to all my followers, new followers and old followers. You guys are amazing. Please be sure to go give these people, all these bands and artists and radio stations and everybody, go give these guys a follow. And the reason why I'm here is for people like Crimson Tempest, who I've got today for an interview. Go give them a follow. That's what we're here for. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Today we've got Crimson Tempest, or no, Tempest, Crimson Tempest. How you doing, fellas? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Cool. So I fully support local entertainment. However, local is not limited to just Conquad or wherever. Local can literally be anywhere you're located. Local is your scene and your location. So with that being said, tell me a little bit about what local means to you. What is your location, and describe the local entertainment scene?
For our local, I think more of Oklahoma. That's what I think, in my opinion. And being at the northern part, we had the opportunity to go to like Wichita and visit Kansas. Kansas was the last place we played, and we enjoyed it. It was amazing.
Shout out to Kirby.
Kirby. It's just within the vicinity, like it's right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I know that being up here in northern Oklahoma, it seems kind of bare sometimes. What do you think of it being, the difference between Kate County area versus Tulsa or Oklahoma City or even Wichita?
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
So with being up here in northern Oklahoma, what do you think the scene is like, the difference between the scene here, like in Kate County, versus the scene in Tulsa or Wichita or Oklahoma City?
There's a lot more opportunities there rather than here, but we don't have no problem going there,
But this is a chance for us to build up and prepare for those shows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready for Tulsa. We'd love to play Tulsa. We actually got one coming up in Shawnee and another in Norman. So that's kind of that's a huge switch for us. There's bigger crowds.
Definitely.
Different people. We love that. We love seeing new faces.
Opportunities to play with other bands.
Yeah.
Different areas.
Absolutely.
So we're learning. As we're going, we're learning. So it's awesome so far.
So how far is y'all's reach, and how far are you actually willing to take your music?
Actually, we got some fans in Neo, Japan. Actually, which is
Wow.
mind-boggling.
Yeah,
We don't even know exactly how that happened, but we're proud of it.
but it happened.
Yeah, Kanabari is pretty much like a hard rock. And they got wind of one of our little videos, and they were chatting me up on X, and they said they dig the sound. So I started following them.
And like you said, we
So
just played
social media is
Wichita.
kind of a big tool for you guys.
So, like you said, we just played in Wichita at Kirby's. So, physically in person, that would be our farthest reach. But of course, on the internet, we've got people from all over the place supporting us. Um, we're definitely looking to spread out as far as we can, of course.
Awesome. So we'll go with this one. We'll pass it around for all the all the individuals. How did you get into music, and what instrument do you play, or what instruments can you play?
For me, I remember being just a little guy hearing like Motown being played, and my uncles and aunts were cooking out and stuff like that. I got the idea of it for me. I was like, I always wanted to be a singer, but I just don't got the beautiful voice. But that's what I do. I do the vocals, and my music it went from Metallica, Pantera, and then from there I started listening to like Mudvayne and stuff like that in the early 2000s. Like that's where I was comfortable. Was like the new metal early 2000s. Like that's what I love.
Okay.
Uh, my family has very wide variety of music taste, and I pretty much just love music in general. I grew up with it, hearing all kinds of different things, CDs, tapes, even records, the radio, just all kinds of genres, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me if it's I'm not just like a hardcore metal guy. I'll listen to anything as long as it sounds good. And I'm the bass player, so bass is really prevalent in every kind of music. Really, a lot of people don't really recognize it or uh, you know, talk about it much. But being the bass player, it naturally always stood out to me. So anything with a good bass line, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the drummer, Chris. So for me, growing up, I had family members that played in country bands, and I kind of looked up to them, going and seeing them play different shows and small get-togethers. And I get to go hang out at the practice spaces. So that was what really got me, I guess, into actually playing an instrument. But I've always loved music. I remember being a little kid, like listening to all kinds of music, really, because like Griffin, my mom and parents would listen to all kinds of stuff. So it was nothing for me to go from listening to like funk, disco to Black Sabbath to ZZ Top, stuff that you'd hear on contemporary radio stations, stuff that was popular in the 80s, 90s, 70s. I mean, my
Mhm.
type of music I listen to is very broad. I listen to everything. I like everything. It's just kind of the way it is, I guess. But that's for me for where it really got started. I was fortunate enough to have relatives that played instruments, and I was kind of that 9, 10-year-old kid that was running around like, "Hey, can I, play your drums?" or "Hey, can I look at your guitar?" So that's what got me into it.
Oh, I'm Sam, guitarist. I'm with these guys basically growing up. My mom was a huge Aerosmith fan, Bon Jovi, but my dad he would listen to everything. I mean, I remember when Alice in Chains Dirt came out, he went and bought that album and listened to it, read all the lyrics with it, of course, and then gave me the tape afterwards. And that's how I got into a lot of stuff, was from him. And just growing up all those years with all these random different, because it didn't matter what genre it was. If it was new coming out, that's what he would go buy, listen to it, and he wouldn't keep it. He would give it to me. And so me and my brother and sister, we would all just share that music and listen to it. And just grows on you, just grows on you.
Mhm.
And I think that's why this group of guys here is, we have such a big, different listening field. I think that's why we grew so good together. My opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're gonna go back around. You guys all each describe your actual musical background. Like, where have you been musically along? Where's your journey taking you to get you to this point where you're at right now?
I think for me is just, I've never left the mentality of, you got to get better, you got to keep learning, keep growing. So that's where I'm at. I just want to keep learning, and it's, the local music scene is great because you meet all these other bands and people that have completely different views, and they listen to so much stuff, and it's great. It's really great. When someone mentions, hey, check this band out, check that out, and then you end up liking it, so on and so forth. But for me, just to keep going, keep learning, open mind, love everything. That's me.
So for me, I think what really kept me wanting to push forward is seeing how the lyrics that I've written, people are memorizing them, and a couple shows I even see people singing along with me, and that like blew my mind because, man, I'm used to just being in the shower screaming around, but
Hey, we don't need that video.
I'm just saying. But like, that's as far as I ever went, was just right there. Like, I would even perform in front of my wife. Like, that was the biggest thing. Like, I couldn't sing, I couldn't do anything. But now, like, I've built this confidence that I could go just about anywhere. Well, I feel like I could go anywhere and perform. And I mean, that's helped me out with my mental health. And I look forward to every practice we have. Like, I count the days down. Like, hey, we got practice. I need to learn this. I need to do that. I want everything to be just right, because it's not just about me. It's about these other three guys. So we should strive to be better.
Uh, yeah, meeting these guys, I'd kind of gone in over the years in and out of music. I started like at an early age. I was very fortunate at 13 years old. My family got me some drums, and I played and was lucky to get in a band really quick. So that was, I guess, really an introduction to learning how to play. So, like, I don't know, we cover songs like Cream, Collective Soul, Skinner, learning, I guess for me, it was like foundations of, I think, what music at the time was, and like coming and meeting these guys, I've been in and out. I've played country music, I've played rock, whatever, a little bit of everything with anybody and everybody. That's why I just like playing. And met these guys, and it's like Samson said, it's our I guess sonic soundscape of what we like to listen to is so broad that we kind of just click, and it's really fun doing what we do. Like Darion said, like every Saturday we really get together, and it's we get in here, we play, we have fun, come up with stuff. Like the first 30 minutes of us just being here is just us just playing. warming up, and usually that's when we create some really cool stuff. We got a lot of stuff set to the side that we haven't really even begin to like scratch at because it's like, oh, that's a great idea. You know, we make it a point now, like we record as much as we can constantly, whether it's with a phone or whether we're running through our sound system listening. We go back and listen to it, come up with a lot of great ideas, and I think that's our objective is to, you know, get better each time, and we really do. Like coming together with what little time that we've had together to practice, and when you know getting together once a week, basically for less than a year, I think we're feeling pretty good at it. Feeling pretty good, enjoying it. Progression, what we want, forward progress.
So for me personally, I started playing bass just within the past few years, and I'm primarily self-taught with it. Uh, and I was really looking to put myself out there more, and I ended up falling in these guys' lap basically, and they took me in, and they've been treating me well. I know they've been talking about how we as a group have been learning and everything, me especially. But I just really wanted to start doing something that was like an outlet and a way to reach more people and be more part of the community. So that's the main reason why I'm here. You know, that's about all I got.
So, when it comes to y'all's future, how do you like see your future? Do you see like adding more musicians or going bigger, playing bigger venues? Maybe eventually playing like main stage at Oklahoma or other big festivals. Like, how do you see your future?
For sure, I mean, we just see brightness. I mean, we see a future for sure. Like we're not going anywhere. But I mean, we're not opposed to anything like adding another member or anything like that. But right now, we're mainly focused on getting our sound out there, getting ourselves, you know, on streaming platforms so people can actually just view us at any time. And that's what we're working on, trying to anyway, because we're trying to be independent. We got the equipment, everything we need to get there, but we're learning. But for sure, we want to be able to play like Rocklahoma, want to go to Durant. I mean, we want to tear up Oklahoma as much as we can. And then move it down to Texas, move it, just keep on moving.
Anywhere they'll have it. Yeah.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. I like that.
Baptism, Christmas,
So,
bar mitzvahs.
so you mentioned that you have a couple shows coming up. Tell us a little bit about those shows. And do you have any other projects that you're working on, like maybe live CDs or just albums, like studio albums or whatever? What current projects do you guys have going on?
Yeah, we got the 2 shows that are announced. I mean, we're still always open. We could play a show next week if somebody wanted to, but yeah, the only project we're really working on is just getting that sound out, trying to get other stuff on all streaming platforms.
Get some stuff recorded, laid down.
Yeah, get some stuff recorded, laid down. I mean, that's the hustle. I mean, that's what we gotta do.
So tell us a little bit about those shows that you have coming up. When, where, like the venue, who are you playing with, stuff like that.
So we're gonna be doing the Ritz in Shawnee on July 12th with Alloy, Rhythm Mall, and I believe Deity. Deity, I've seen what they can do, and they're nasty. And We
Excited about that one for sure.
we got the Norman show, which is in May. You remember May 6th?
Sick.
Or no,
No, it's July.
it's June.
June 6th.
June 6th, sorry. We've got the Resonator in Norman. And we're going to be playing with Brigade and Damn Them Devils. So that's going to be pretty interesting mix up right there. I mean, they're both phenomenal. I like both of them.
Oh yeah.
I think we'll most likely be live streaming those, like we did our last show in Wichita at Kirby's. And we'll
Mhm.
probably just have a Facebook live stream going with that one too. For both of those.
Yeah.
For the people that
Yeah, you mentioned right on. But yeah, you mentioned Damned and Devils. I actually had Chuck Cooley on a couple weeks ago. 3, 4, whatever weeks ago.
Yeah. Bad dude.
We're excited to play with them.
And I hope I can make that one.
Well, like I said, we'll have a live stream going. If you want to hop in, yeah.
The one in Shawnee is going to
So-
be pretty awesome.
Kind of like having a business, because being in a band is a business. A lot of your big businesses and stuff, they have mission statements. What would be the mission statement from the band?
So, I mean, I know it's a business, but we don't look at it as any type of monetization or anything like that. Like, we want to be able to connect with the people, because there's people that are depressed, people that were incarcerated, people that are going through it. And that's what our music is directed towards, people that are just going through it. The worst of the worst. So that's what we try to connect with. And that's basically what I try to deliver with my lyrics. You can feel it in the guitar, you can feel it in the drums, bass. So we're just trying to connect with the community.
If we can give somebody 2-3 minutes out of their own head, we did our job.
Yeah.
And if you want to buy a T-shirt and support us, give us some gas money. Some
That's
food,
right.
and we'll take that too. We have merch.
Yep.
Yeah, we got merch.
You know,
You sell it online?
Yes. You know, and I really hate saying that. We get it. It's a business, but we don't get into it for that. But we know that's part of it. It's the name of the game, I guess. But we're not looking at it as in the business aspect, I guess. We just love playing, and
Yeah.
we know what it takes to have to go out and do it. It costs gas, it costs food, lodging, stuff like that, equipment. Sometimes this stuff isn't cheap. Stuff starts adding up. So, we understand we have to sell merch, and which we do. We got it. If you all want to get it, get it. We
Oh, yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we got a link on our page for the spread shop. You can literally go in there. If you don't like the designs that are already up, you can customize completely how you want it. For free.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap. You guys go hit that up. Go check it out.
Sure,
We
yeah.
even got stuff for newborns. We got onesies, we got little hats, bibs.
You can make it how you want it.
Make it any way you want.
You want a cup? It's on there.
Yeah.
I love it. So, when you guys write your music, this is always a weird question to ask, but there's multiple aspects of music. Like there's lyrical, there's an actual musical. Do you write your music more for the lyrics or the musicality, or do you incorporate both?
We incorporated both. I mean, it would just be slam poetry if I was just reading off my lyrics. But without them playing, There ain't nothing. But the music, that's how you get into it. Like we got catchy everything. I believe that.
Mhm.
That catchy beat. We see people moving. Like you were there for our one show. Like it was the smallest mosh pit I've ever seen.
But
But
it
it still had people moving and grooving. And they're doing the damn thing.
Mhm.
So it was good. I don't know. I guess in a way, like we want to get it's like our gospel in a way because we're spreading it. We're giving it to everybody. We want everybody to hear the news. We want everybody to do that.
That night back in December, um, I did a video that I posted. I don't remember if it was you guys or if it was one of the other bands. Somebody was there was actually a group of people playing Jenga, and then there was like a decent little mosh pit going right there in that small little venue. Was it
Yeah.
you guys I posted the video for? Or is that one of the other bands?
Yeah, I believe
That was us that you posted that for.
Yes, that was fun.
Yeah, and you helped out a lot that night. I bet you were tired.
Yeah, you did.
You were running around doing all kinds of work.
Hey, we don't say that W word though.
Yeah,
We appreciate that.
yeah, we appreciate that for sure.
No problem. That's what I was there for. Trying to help things go a little bit more smooth.
I mean, that's how it should be, though, right? It's a community. Everybody helping each other out. At least I think so.
Yes.
I agree.
We're very fortunate that we've come across some people that have invited us to play with them, and have been helping us out. Putting the word out for us, and we really appreciate it. Shout out to Zach,
Mhm.
Neanderthal Jones, man, Pat Minotaur. Yeah, for sure. He's helped us out a lot, and we really appreciate it.
Definitely.
All those guys are really cool.
And that's who we're gonna go see tonight too. We're gonna go see Neanderthal Jones. And Johnny.
Man, I want to get dressed and go with you guys. Come by and pick me up.
Come on.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one. That's going to be a good show. That's a nice venue. I don't know if you've ever been there or seen anything there. Their sound system's killer. People need to come out for that. That's man, go support anybody you see play there. That's a nice venue.
We'll have to discuss that after we get done.
Yeah, $15 for entry. That's it. Can't beat that.
It's not.
Other than free.
Free is always nice, but it's hard to pay the bills when it's free. So, without going into details regarding hot topics such as the politics, religion, or any other debatable hot topics, describe the morals. Like, are you guys like Motley Crue, or are you guys more reserved? Like, what's the morals?
Don't be an asshole.
Be cool, man. Be kind.
Don't be an asshole.
Yes.
Try to spread joy around and be, my opinion, whenever we go to these different shows with these different bands and we're meeting new people and everything, we want them to look at us like, hey, I would hang out with those guys again.
We're all on the same spinning rock, supposedly. So we're all stuck here for our duration. I think all everybody could do is really be nice to each other and get along, man. Be open and love everyone. Some hippie stuff, but it's true, man.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Be cool.
Be
Yeah.
cool, man.
We're really not hateful at all. We're understanding. Very flexible people.
Man, you guys need to say that like 10 times louder for the people in the back.
Seems like it, yeah.
Be nice. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, just be cool.
Mhm.
You get what you put into it. If you're a fucking prick, you know, coming back on you. Don't come back to you. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So old Jamie over there at Marshall Rock left you guys a nice little comment. Hey guys, when you're ready, send your music to me. You might get more followers from all over besides Japan.
Oh yeah, cool, man. That's awesome. Appreciate that comment.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
I think we will.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Jamie's cool. You guys like playing your music with her on Marshall Rock.
Cool. Yeah, I tuned in to the show that it was like last night, I believe. It was
Mhm.
all local. I mean, it's always local, but there's so much music being put out. And it's awesome.
Can't wait to hear you guys on there.
Me too.
Me too. It's gonna happen.
For sure.
Soon. All right, so this is another one for the group individually, and then you can answer one at the end as well for the band itself. But we all have people who influence us, not just musically, but also in life. We have our own influences. So individually, who are your all's influences in both like life and in music, and who and for the band as well?
For influences, like, man, I have to say, like, someone I took interest in is the singer for In Flames. Uh, there's just so much he can do. Like that's what I want to be able to accomplish eventually. Um, but my influence, like I said earlier, is like the early 2000s. So it was like Chad Gray, and Randy Blythe, and stuff like that. That's so I want to be. I want to be up in that Mount Rushmore one day. That's my side. I want to be on somebody's Mount Rushmore. Be like, yeah, that guy's fucking crazy. That guy, as big as he is, he's got the highest reach I've ever heard. Like a guy that size should not be making those sounds.
Right.
So for me personally, like I said before, my musical influences are kind of all over the place, uh, and personal too. I mean, I can't even really name anyone that really comes to mind. I just get so much from everybody. I feel like everybody has qualities and skills and stuff that you can admire and learn from. Uh, but for music, particularly, I'd say probably like Metallica, Cliff Burton, but it could really be anywhere from James Jameson to Geezer Butler, So, like, as long as you're good at what you do, it doesn't really matter what field you do it in. That's the way that I see it. So, I mean, pretty general, but that's how I see things. So, yeah.
I think for me, there's kind of like him. There's so many. Obviously, anyone that's seen us play knows I play a Dean from Hell, so there's Dime right there. But also like John Fogerty. When I mean, growing up, he was always on the radio. And that's it was a pretty big influence. I feel like. And as I grew older, got more into the heavier stuff. Max Cavalera. You know, I mean, any of them guys, man, they're out there doing that work, and you can look out and say, especially like Max, they came from having nothing, built Sepultura up, and so on and so forth. It's just it's a big inspiration to see somebody do that. It makes you feel like, hey, you can do that too. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I've been musically. I've always, like I said, I always wanted to play drums growing up, and honestly, what got me loving music was the Cars, the greatest hits. I think it came out like 1985. That album right there, it really made me look at music differently. It made me like analyze it. I remember being a little kid sitting here like listening, like, oh, that's the guitar, oh, that's the drum, and that right there kind of sparked a flame in me, as oddly as it is. But I love the Cars. Prince, man, he had some amazing musicians. Uh, Metallica, Lars. I know people give Lars shit, and yeah, whatever. But they did it, man. I mean,
Mhm.
fucking Metallica, you know. Drummer of Megadeth, Man's fucking great. Um, Igor, Sepultura. And there's so many great musicians. My cousin, he played drums. I remember being a kid, at football games, he was in the marching band and shit, and that dude could kill it on some quads. It's like little things like that is what made me want to pick up my instrument and start playing and getting better. And there's so many great musicians. Like my taste changes so much. You know, it could be Mitch Mitchell, man, from Hendrix. That dude right there. God, he was phenomenal. Love that guy. So many.
Yeah.
I mean, I could name hundreds of them probably. Blake Richardson from Between the Buried and Me. That dude kills it. You know, um, I don't even, list could go on and on. I mean, I could sit here forever talking about it. I mean, guitar players really inspired me too. I remember it wasn't like I wanted to be a drummer in a band. I wanted to play for great musicians. I wanted to be a guy behind a great guitarist. So I started loving guitar players like that. That's what inspired me. And my influences. It's like, man, I love to be able to sit, behind Hammett and Hetfield or freaking Snake Sabo. I'd love to play drums for Skid Row. Fucking I don't know. There's so many. There's so many. I'd love to be the drummer for Dio. Whatever. It could go on and on. That's how I looked at it. And that's still how I look at it. I'm glad I met Samson, man. Samson's a guitar player I've been looking for years. Didn't realize it, but until we sat down and played, and I'm like, damn, there he is. I'm lucky. All these guys are really cool, man. I get to hang out with them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think that's a big mutual thing we all feel towards each other on that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Man, you talk about playing drums.
Yeah.
Are you gonna say something? Go ahead.
I was just saying that I'm ready to go to war with you guys. That's what we do every show. That's the way I feel. Like we're preparing for a throwdown. Like we're bringing somebody's gonna get hit. That's just what's gonna happen.
But with love.
Yeah, with love.
Man, you so back there talk about being an honor to play drums for Hendrix or whoever. I think it'd be an honor to play drums for Crimson Tempest.
Hey, we're honored to have him. Shit.
It's fun,
Oh,
man.
Jeffrey's over here in the comments. I'm going to put that one in the. So I don't know if you can see that on the screen or not, but Jeffrey, that's a nice little comment for you guys.
Shout out to Jeffrey.
That's Jeffrey. That's right there.
That's the biggest supporter of K County music right there.
For real. Yeah.
So that makes me the second biggest.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
He got it. I'm sorry.
Probably third. Don't forget Atticus, his boy. Man.
Well,
That boy is at every show.
Mhm.
That was awesome.
No, that's fine.
What? What are you doing today?
Oh, Jeffrey doing that?
You want to let the people know?
Oh yeah, man. Jeffrey's talking about Jeffrey. We're actually going with him tonight. We're all riding together to go to Shawnee to go check out Locust Grove, Neanderthal Jones. That's gonna be fun. Jeffrey's a cool cat. He's very supportive.
And oh yeah, I haven't seen Locust Grove in ages.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Do you guys have room for one more? I'll squeeze into the trunk.
um, yeah, this will be my first time seeing Locust Grove, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I got to see those guys
I know, back-
open up the show, and I think it was 2019 at the Diamond. And
Mhm.
like I was instantly hooked. Like they got catchy everything. Like even the lead singer Zane, he jumped off the stage, came into the crowd, he was playing the guitar, he even headbutted me. So I got that on video.
Yeah.
So like I was like, man, these guys are fucking killing it. And plus they're local. Of course, I was hooked.
Oh yeah.
And then we get to share the stage with their other guitarist, which is he's part of Deity. That dude can shred. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's unique for sure.
Man, that's what I love about Oklahoma is we got some damn good talent here.
Yeah. They really do. I mean, there's a lot of talent around here, a lot of great musicians. There's no shortage there. No doubt.
Mm-mm.
But the only thing that I would say is like there's a lot of untapped like energy and power. Like there's so many. I've met people that didn't know they can scream, or they didn't know they could play guitar, didn't know it was like a natural feeling for them. So I want to try to get that message out too. Like you're not gonna know if you're not gonna try. Like that's the only way you're gonna find out.
Yeah.
I was a forklift driver. I didn't know I was gonna be doing an interview with you. I would have never thought that. But here we are.
Sometimes all you have to do is put that energy out there. Like for me, like I said, I kind of fell in their lap. It was, in my opinion, I was putting that energy out there. So were they looking for a bass player.
Yeah,
And we just, our paths crossed naturally and it worked out, you know?
it was pretty wild. We took a break during brand practice and decided to go take a field trip to the local music store. Went in there and we're like, man, see this guy Griffin standing there with his instrument, but we didn't know it was a bass. Darion comes running to me. He's like, "Hey, I think that guy plays bass." I go ask him if he wants. Well, I go ask him if he wants plays in a band. Maybe he wants to jam.
Yeah. Moments after, I was literally telling the guy at the counter, I really want to join a band, you know? So,
I'm assuming you're talking about Joel.
yeah.
Yeah. But you know, and it's
The-
wild because we weren't even really going to go. We almost changed our mind about even going to the store that day. We were like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and go, man. It's cool. Very
I mean,
good.
I do it. I'd go to the music suite just to go because I don't care. It's Joel. It's a local music store. It's just great little experience.
You talking about Shanghai?
Or yeah.
Yeah.
What I call music. Man, music suite's been closed for a long time. Holy crap! But yes, Shanghai.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
It's all right.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Jeffrey's awesome.
It'll be cool. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to managers, producers, and promoters, like the back end management, what do you guys look for in those people?
I'm looking for somebody that's knowledgeable, somebody that knows what they're even talking about. I don't want somebody that's money driven and think that we're a cash cow, and then blow up, and then we're doing good, and then they're like, "Where's my cut? I'm the one that found you. I'm the one that did this. You owe me. You're nothing without me." But that's what we're doing it the independent way, because we're promoting ourselves. I mean, word of mouth,
Hmm.
people seeing our shows,
Things like
and stuff
this.
like that.
So when you do run across them, man, you want them to be cool, you know, like be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, genuine, honest people.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah,
Don't forget.
There it is again.
there it is.
Hey, that's the words to live by.
Don't be an asshole.
Say it again louder. So how about recording studios? What do you look for in recording studios?
I mean, you know, there's so many different ways of doing recording. Over the years, it's gone from having to have a studio. Now you can do it with a cell phone and a microphone. You know what I mean? So there's, you know, of course, everybody's ideal dream would be able to walk into a multi-million-dollar studio and spend as much time as they could, you know, in there. And who wouldn't? But these days, who can really afford something like that, you know? So we, you know, like Darion said, we kind of do it the do it ourselves kind of way, and you know, maybe one day we will be able to step into a nice fancy schmancy studio, but right now, you know, we're doing what we can.
Until then, I got the shed set up back there. Nothing on the wall, just nothing but wood. I got the old Sony boombox with a fresh tape in there, ready to record.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a tape. I have blank CDs though.
You don't have a tape. So play school microphone attached to it, wrap a towel around it, call it good.
Got to have a windscreen. Yeah.
Yep.
Got the little kitty drum set up, little Hello Kitty guitar. That's what I want to see you do next show is play a Hello Kitty guitar.
I'm not opposed.
I think Zach might have a speed to that.
Or ukulele.
Yeah.
I think Joel might have one. I think I've seen some of that on the wall. So we talked a little bit about venues. What do you guys look for when it comes to playing venues?
Stage is the stage, right?
Yeah, we can plug in. We're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys prefer like in-house sound or bring your own sound tech, or what do you guys like to do there?
So far, we've been in house, and we've, I guess, lucked out with nice sound.
Yeah.
So Kirby, man, that place, it's, I don't know, it's so small, but
Not in a bad way.
Wow.
the sound it projects out is just, wow, it was great.
The energy is really, really high in that place. It's nice.
You just
And so
feel
was
like,
the-
you feel like you're in a music video when you're playing at Kirby. That's how the energy is. It just feels like it's all there. Just
Nice. What would you say the scene is like in Wichita?
It's vast. One word, vast. Like that thing is. There's so much. Like one day it was fucking country, and then they did a hard rock, and then they did a tribute band. Like that's. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Like that.
A lot of music diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of crossover with bands that play in Ponca as well.
Mhm.
Especially before, like I'd say a year ago, there was a lot of bands that would come down here from Wichita and vice versa. So there's a lot of crossover there. We were playing with a lot of familiar faces when we went. So
Yeah, shout out to Kevin Hansen of the Haters Coalition.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
really been supportive. Like, man,
Y'all know who they
Or
are. Go
you went
check them
blank.
out.
But yes, definitely check them out. Great band.
all right. What the hey? Hold on.
Oh no.
I didn't do it.
There
There
we
you
go.
are.
Good. Oh, no, my phone was doing something crazy.
And so let me get your guys' idea on this. When it comes to tickets, do you think we need to stay with paper tickets? Do you like prefer paper tickets, or do you think it's all e-ticket, or do you think we need both?
I think. I mean, we've only done pretty much at the door, like pay here. We've done majority of free shows. So I mean, I would love to see our name on a ticket just so we can say we have one. But the way the technology is now, I mean, the e-tickets the best way. You can't really lose that.
Unless your phone takes the crap on you.
That dude.
Look, all right, here's my ticket. Oh wait,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
That's my biggest fear. I mean, technology is a great thing. Don't get me wrong. It's nice to have the convenience of that. But nothing honestly beats a good old paper ticket. You have it. You pay at the door if you have to. If you don't have it, you get it at the door. That's,
and you can keep it.
and you can keep it. It's a souvenir. I mean, it's cool to have an
Absolutely.
e-ticket. Like, oh, I got my receipt. You sign my phone? You know, I don't know. I'm just old, I guess.
Right.
I didn't agree with that.
I have my ticket from my first show that I ever went to. It was Ghost and Iron Maiden in 2018, which not that long ago, but it's still a nice souvenir to have. So
Oh yeah. So when it comes to playing solos, what are your thoughts on it? Like, do you think it needs to be like written solos or like improvised solos? Just something different each night. Um, or do you think we need solos every song? Or like, what do you think on that?
I think, like, you get a solo part written down for a recording. I think when you play it live, if you can wing it, I think there's nothing wrong with that. You
Mhm.
change it up a little bit, put a little bit more flair on it or something. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, I'd say that brings more character to the actual show. I suppose it might depend. Like if you have a solo in a song that like everybody goes crazy about, you might want to try to keep it the same. But it really just adds character to the show if you're switching it up every time.
Absolutely.
This is the guy that would be playing them, so he would know better.
No, you said it right. I agree.
Especially from a band standpoint, but from a fan. If I go see somebody play and they're just ripping it, shredding it, and they can do it just like you did on the album, hell yeah, that's great. But if they're just up there having a good time and jumping and doing whatever and they're missing shit, then that's fine. They're up there. I can't come see them. And it's great. Yeah. They're having fun, and that makes a big difference.
It does.
It really does. So I don't know. People who can go note for note, and they're the most proggy, lead-driven, neoclassical playing shredders. Hell yeah, I love it. if they're just up there just ripping it and they come to badass solo and they stumble, but meanwhile while they're stumbling, they're running around, sweat dripping off of them. Fuck, hell yeah!
All
right,
and
man.
everything.
Do what you do, man.
Running by and plugging everything.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the stumbling, it's okay to stumble. Just pick yourself back up and don't let people know that you stumbled.
Yeah.
We make mistakes. Like how many times have you played, the wrong fill, or you sang the wrong vocals, or like for me being a drummer, I can't tell, you hit the wrong chord on the guitar, the wrong bass line.
Yeah.
It's just part of the song to me.
No doubt.
So this one's always a fun question. Gets nice conversation going. This one goes to everybody as individuals. And then at the end, I want you guys to answer as a whole for the band. So if you could play any one show with any artist in any venue, even if it is not obtainable, with who and where would it be?
I'd say for me personally, I would absolutely love to play with Feeling Flesh. Uh, they're one of my favorite bands right now, and they're from Oklahoma too, which is it's a big thing for me. But as for the location, I don't personally care, but shoot for the moon, hit the stars or whatever. I'd say opening the Olympics like Gojira. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I want.
I think for me, it would be unattainable, absolutely. But I'd love to share the stage with the Misfits. I think it would be a hell of a show. It would be fun. The venue I would really love to play at Kane's Ballroom in Tulsa. That
I think they froze up. You guys bear with us just a little bit. We'll get back to them. We're going to blame the weather. It's been storming lately here in northern Oklahoma, so. All right. Give it just a moment. Guys, I want to say thank you again to everybody, all the followers. You guys are all amazing. Be sure to stop by and give Crimson Tempest some love on Facebook and on the other social media. And it looks like they are back. Maybe. Possibly. Gotta love this Oklahoma weather. I know what happened. The gremlins got wet. Don't get the gremlins wet. Maybe. Guess while we're waiting, I want to give a shout out to the guys over at Bowman Twin Event Center for coming up with my background. They had that at the show back in February 15th. So I snapped a picture of it and I was like, I need I need something like a banner, and I need, like I need profile picture, stuff like that. I was like, hey, wait a minute, I've got that picture. That works. So thank you to the guys there at the Bowman for coming up with that and putting that on the wall. This came in useful for me. Oh, maybe, maybe. Possibly. I need the Jeopardy theme song. Guess while we're waiting for Signal to come back, I'm gonna give a shout out that 850 followers, and I'll be making a big announcement for what's gonna happen at 1,000 followers. It's huge. You guys don't want to miss it. They're trying to reconnect again. Let's see what happens. They are working on it. Hey, that's fine. Work it, Chris. Work it. I'm just over here chilling on camera and blaming the weather. The weather got the gremlins wet. But yeah, 850 followers, guys. I'm at 820, 821 right now. We get to 850 followers. I will make that live announcement of dude, Jeffrey, you have no idea. Yeah, it's 1,000 followers will be it'll be something else. I need all the bands to work together to help. The more followers I have, the more followers are able to see bands like, Crimson Tempest, Bad Frogs Rising, Paralytic, artists such as Raven Revival, the radio stations such as Marshall Rock. Like there's Adam Richmond with Surviving Rocklahoma. It adds. The more followers I get, the more followers can see these interviews and get to know these people. So that is the only reason I want to build my followers, is for everybody else. I personally, I don't care about being big and famous. I care about you know everybody else. That's who I am. So we'll get there one step at a time. So 850 followers, I'm gonna be announcing something huge, and I will need everybody's help on it, because once we get to 1,000, it's going down. It'll be going down. So mm, oh, disappeared. you know what? I might do a little something something on this. I was running out of questions. I was actually on that last one. Um, I don't get too many viewer questions. So, what I would love to see is the people here so far share this thing and let's get some questions asked. We might have to do a part 2 just to finish up. Um, but I'd love to see as many people as possible asking questions for the band, you know, whatever the question may be. Let's try to. Oh, I actually see a face.
There we are.
We're back. Cool.
We're back.
See, guys, this is why you don't get the gremlins wet.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Where are we at?
Any artist, like any show, any artist, any venue, unattainable, obtainable, whatever.
Yeah, for me, it would be unattainable, I think. But Misfits, I've been listening to them for years. Love both eras. You know, Danzig, Graves. The venue would be Kane's Ballroom because I grew up watching so many great bands play there, and you know, if we were able to be up on that stage, it would feel like a big accomplishment. You know, just be awesome.
I think mine would have to be with Lamb of God. I think that'd be hands down the easiest one for me to go with. I have too many to choose from, but I think that would be a killer show.
Oh, would be.
Anywhere else figuring?
Uh, wouldn't mind. It would probably have to be like Zoo Amp.
Be a great band.
You know,
I'm thinking, man, that's a hard one. There's so much, so many bands to choose from, really.
while you're thinking, the whole comment on the whole comment from earlier about reach for the moon, shoot for the star, you know, what the opening for the Olympics. I love how you just totally bypassed the Super Bowl. Like, you're like, I'm not even passing that, or going straight for the Olympics.
That's worldwide.
Yeah.
Ah,
Doesn't matter where the Olympics are either. Be in Japan for all I care.
Cool.
and you already got followers there.
Oh shoot! You know, I think if I was going to answer that, it would be a place in Dallas, Texas called the Factory. It used to be the Bomb Factory. That's a really cool spot. I remember being a kid looking in like classifieds and places where concerts were at, and all the cool bands are playing there. You know, I just remember that sticks out. But Factory, Dallas, Texas. I would have to say probably. If I was going to say something right now, probably Between the Buried and Me. I really like them. I think they put on a great show.
So how about for the band? If you guys could play on stage with any other band, any other location,
Any band?
Yeah,
Went down with the
Wembley.
yeah. Wembley Stadium would be a badass place to play.
hell yeah.
I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wembley
And with who?
Stadium. With who? I don't know.
We'll play with anybody. Yeah, we'll play with anybody.
We'll play with anybody. We don't care. As long as we're at Wembley, we made it. Like,
We'd open for Katy Perry if we got the chance. So it doesn't matter.
man, years ago, people used to ask me, like, this is early 2000s, like, if you could play drums for anybody, who would it be? And at the time, as crazy enough as it is, I would say Kelly Clarkson around that time. And everybody's like, why? I'm like, but hey, I'm behind Kelly Clarkson all day. That's my job, right? Playing drums for her. And she's playing for thousands and thousands of people on a daily basis. Why not?
Mhm.
Just saying.
I think Darion's choice of Lamb of God would be good for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Lamb of God for sure.
All right, we got a question for the band. It's from Jeffrey. Let me turn the mic down. Okay, so are Crimson Tempest still going to play cover songs on their live sets? If so, are there any new cover song ideas?
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
lots
That's
of
what I do.
There's always going to be one. So far we got one.
So far, and what is it?
Green jellies, three little pigs.
We play that one, and that seems to be the one that people really respond well to.
Yeah.
They love that one.
I gotta see this. Where's that video at? Let me go watch that real quick.
and we're always taking recommendations. So
There we go. Recommendations, guys. Come on. Come flood this. Come flood the comments with recommendations. So, is there anything you guys would wish to add, like either individually or as a band as a whole, like towards the music community, any aspect of the music community, whether it's towards venues or towards the fans or whatever? Is there anything you guys wish to add?
Go out and support music. I mean, really, people. I'll never understand how people can complain in some places and be like, "There's nowhere to go. There's nothing going on." Well, there is. You're just not showing up for it. Show up. You're never gonna find out who the next big thing is if you're not there helping to become the next big thing.
Right?
There's so many opportunities, everywhere for somebody to play, and there are constantly. Just show up.
Mhm.
I mean, support your friends, support your relatives, support that person you haven't seen in 15 years or whatever, 5 years. Give them a like, even if it's on their social media. Give them a thumbs up or a heart.
Share the video.
Share the videos.
I know
It all helps.
but Kirby's had a tip jar that they passed around when the bands were playing.
Mhm.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was free to get in. But they did pass around a tip jar, and I think that's a great idea for these smaller venues with local musicians. Because I wouldn't say most people, but not everybody's gonna want to shell out like $20 or more for a shirt. But if everybody puts $1 to $5 in that bucket, that adds up really quickly. So I think that was a really
Yes,
good
it
idea
does.
that they were doing.
Yeah, great idea.
I just lost my screen. Hold on.
The roles have reversed.
Yeah. Gremlins got back at me. Hold on. But is there anything else you guys want to add?
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't say that enough.
Can't stress that enough. Hey, I was one at one time. I still am on occasion. We all have our moments. Just try and be kind.
Right. Yeah.
And we really appreciate.
How about the fans at the shows?
So what now?
Say that again.
How about the fans at the shows?
Oh yeah.
Well, We really
Is
appreciate the
anything that they need to
opportunity,
hear?
you having us on here and
Yeah, thanks a lot.
getting to speak our piece and everything. It's great.
It's really cool what you're doing.
Yeah.
Getting other bands and people, you know.
We need more people like you.
Yeah,
That's what we need.
that's really what we need.
I appreciate that,
That's really
guys.
awesome. And we appreciate it. Sure.
I appreciate you guys being on. Even with the gremlins.
I know.
It happens. Like every show, it's always something.
That's technology for you.
But we kind of got to have it. Like,
It's the way of the world now.
social, it is. Like, people don't stop and think about how important social media is, but yeah, how dangerous it can be.
No doubt.
One wrong move anymore, and you're screwed, and not in a pleasant way.
Yeah, there's a lot of cancel culture, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're everybody's constantly under a microscope. It seems like, but that's how it is.
No judgment here, though. Like, we're all people. We all make our mistakes. Just don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
So, anything else you guys wish to add before we get off here?
Oh, so just, I guess, you know, promote our shows that we've already plugged, but we'll plug them again. Darion, you're the one who knows all the info off the beats.
Beats, remember July 12th, Shawnee at the Ritz, Alloy, Rid them all, and Deity. And June 6th, it's going to be at the Resonator in Norman with Brigade and Damn Them Devils.
Yeah. Yes.
Both those are going to be some damn good shows.
And we will be live streaming them, so if you can't make it, pop in and say what's up, give it a share, you know, all that stuff. Really helps out. So
And where do we find this at?
Crimson Tempest on Facebook
On
and
Facebook.
everywhere.
TikTok.
Everywhere, like we're at. YouTube.
We're mostly active on Facebook, but we do have X, we have Instagram, we have all the social medias that if you want to reach out, talk about something or ask us anything. I mean, we might look like assholes, but we're not. I mean,
You're really not.
we're willing to help people out, listen. I mean, just let us know. Reach out to us, and then we'll follow up with something.
And most importantly, support local,
Yeah.
not just us.
Go to our spread shop on Crimson Tempest. I need to promote that again. You can make your own
Yes.
stuff, anything. You can get blankets, pillows, hats, name brand stuff. If you want Under Armour, you want North Face, stuff like that. They'll make it for you and ship it straight to you.
Just how you imagine it.
Exactly. how you
Yeah, that is amazing. Like, I don't ever see bands doing that.
We're not every band.
No, you're not. And I love
If you
it.
see us out in public, say hi.
Yeah.
We may look like we're angry, but 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking about food.
Always for me.
Bring tacos.
I'm not mad. I'm just hungry.
Yeah, come get a selfie with us before we
And bring
blow
a
up.
Snickers.
Yep.
Selfie and a Snickers.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper.
All right. Oh, bring him a Dr. Pepper and a Snickers.
Yeah.
Then maybe you can sneak in a selfie.
Mhm.
We will accept payment in food. We will.
They held up a sign that says "We'll play for food."
Yeah.
Guys, it's been amazing. I appreciate it's been a pleasure having you guys on.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So we will end this, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I've seen 3 or 4 viewers popping up and down. For people that's watching in the future, if you made it this far, hour and 20 minutes, you're amazing. Thank you. Guys, again, Crimson Tempest. Oh, that's fun to say. Not Tempest.
Crimson Tempest.
The storm is coming.
Yes.
Better bring an umbrella.
Are we talking about the actual weather today?
We're rubber boot.
All right. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in. To all the followers, you guys are amazing. Go get these guys a follow. Facebook and all the other socials. Check out their merch store. Go support them. Great local band from Northern Oklahoma. And I'm proud to call these guys friends. So,
Yes.
all right. You guys have a fabulous day. And I will see you shortly in the studio.
Yep. I'll find that.